Have you ever wondered why some people achieve everything they set out to do, while others remain trapped in mediocrity? The difference isn't talent or luck, it's vision. In the next few minutes, you'll discover how to create a vision so clear and powerful that the universe will have no choice but to manifest it in your reality. What you're about to learn will forever change the way you visualize your future. Napoleon Hill spent over 20 years studying the most successful men and women of his time and discovered they all shared a secret. They knew exactly what they wanted. But not only that, they had programmed their minds to see it as something already achieved. Today, I'll show you how you can do exactly the same. If you're tired of setting goals you never reach, of feeling like life is dragging you along instead of you directing it, this is the message you've been waiting for. Because a clear vision is the first step toward an extraordinary reality. Millions of people live lives of quiet desperation, trapped in routine, dreaming of a better future, but not knowing how to achieve it. Sound familiar? The good news is that this is about to change for you. If you stay with me until the end, you'll discover exactly how to transform your most ambitious dreams into achievable goals, and then into concrete achievements. The power of a clear vision is something Napoleon Hill understood better than anyone. He said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve." This simple phrase contains one of the most powerful secrets of human success. But let's dig deeper into how you can apply it in your life. If you like this content, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Hitting the notification bell will ensure you don't miss any lesson that could be just what you need to take the next step in your personal development. The first fundamental pillar for creating and manifesting your future is cultivating an unshakable clarity about what you truly want. Most people fail not because they lack potential, but because they live in a state of perpetual confusion. They don't know exactly what they want from life. And as Napoleon Hill said, indecision is the seedbed of failure. Think about this. Can you describe with absolute precision how you want your life to be in 5 years? Not in vague terms like "I want to be happy" or "I want to be successful," but with specific details. Where will you live? What job will you have? How much money will you earn exactly? What will your day-to-day life look like? Most people can't answer these questions clearly, and that's precisely why they live lives they don't really want. Clarity is power. When you know exactly what you want, your subconscious mind begins to work day and night to make it happen. You start to notice opportunities that were invisible to you before. You begin to attract people who can help you on your path. All this happens because your mind now has a clear target to aim for. A perfect example is Henry Ford. When Ford decided to create an automobile accessible to the average person, he didn't have the resources, technology, or necessary equipment. What he had was a crystal clear vision of what he wanted to achieve. That clarity allowed him to overcome all the obstacles he encountered along the way. He stopped at nothing because he knew exactly where he was heading. Now, I want you to do something important. Take a moment and close your eyes. Imagine that 5 years have passed and you've achieved everything you set out to do. Visualize in detail what your life is like. What do you see? What do you feel? What have you accomplished? Allow this image to form clearly in your mind. This simple but powerful exercise is the first step to programming your subconscious mind. Napoleon Hill called it creative imagination, and it's a fundamental tool for anyone who wants to create their future intentionally, rather than leaving it to chance. Often we limit ourselves because we think too small. Our goals don't excite us enough to inspire action. If your vision doesn't scare you a little, it's probably not big enough. As Hill said, if you can conceive it and believe it, you can achieve it. So don't be afraid to dream big. There's an exercise I want you to start practicing from today. Every morning, as soon as you wake up, and every night, just before you go to sleep, spend 5 minutes visualizing your main goal as if you've already achieved it. Experience the emotions associated with that achievement. Feel the joy, the pride, the satisfaction. This simple habit will begin to reprogram your subconscious mind to look for ways to make that vision a reality. Remember to repeat this phrase every day. My mind has the power to transform my thoughts into reality, and I choose thoughts that bring me closer to my ideal vision. Clarity is just the beginning. Once you know what you want, you need to learn to maintain that unwavering focus, even when life tries to distract you. And we'll talk about that in the next point. The second pillar for manifesting your ideal future is developing an unwavering focus. In a world designed to distract you, the ability to keep your attention on your goals has become a superpower. Napoleon Hill expressed it perfectly when he said, "Concentration is the key to economic power." Think about sunlight. Scattered, it can gently warm your skin, but when concentrated through a magnifying glass, it can start a fire. Your mental energy works the same way. When it's scattered among 1,000 concerns, it barely achieves mediocre results. But when you focus it intensely on a single goal, its power multiplies exponentially. The problem is that we live in the age of distraction. The phone rings constantly. Notifications never stop. News, social media, friends, family, everything competes for our limited attention, and while we're distracted, our most important goals take a back seat. Has it happened to you that you end the day exhausted, feeling like you've been busy all the time, but without having really advanced on what matters most? This is the distraction trap. We confuse activity with productivity, movement with progress. Thomas Edison, one of Napoleon Hill's study subjects, was known for his intense concentration ability. He could work for days with just a few hours of sleep when he was focused on solving a problem. This concentration ability is what allowed him to create more than 1,000 patents throughout his life. Focus isn't just about avoiding distractions. It's the ability to consciously direct your attention toward what really matters. It's saying no to 1,000 good things so you can say yes to the extraordinary. Here's a practical exercise to strengthen your concentration muscle. Choose an important task related to your main goal. Set a timer for 25 minutes. During that time, work exclusively on that task. No checking your phone, no browsing the internet, no chatting with colleagues, just you and your task in complete concentration. When the 25 minutes are up, take a 5-minute break and then repeat the process. This technique, known as Pomodoro, has proven to be incredibly effective in developing the ability to focus. With regular practice, you'll notice that you can concentrate for longer periods, accomplishing much more in less time. Napoleon Hill discovered that great achievements are never the result of scattered efforts, but of concentrated attention consistently applied toward a specific goal. If you want extraordinary results, you need extraordinary focus. A powerful way to maintain your focus is through the daily repetition of specific affirmations. Create an affirmation that describes your main goal as if you've already achieved it, and repeat it with conviction several times a day. For example, I, your name, am now the proud owner of a successful business that generates $20,000 monthly doing what I love. This simple practice programs your subconscious mind to identify opportunities and solutions related to your goal. As Hill said, any idea, plan, or purpose can be placed in the mind through repetition of thought. Keep this phrase close and repeat it when you feel you're losing focus. My attention is my most valuable resource, and I choose to invest it exclusively in what brings me closer to my vision. But even with the clearest vision and the sharpest focus, you'll encounter obstacles in your path. The ability to persevere in the face of adversity is the next crucial element for manifesting your ideal future. And we'll talk about that in the next point. The third pillar for manifesting your vision is developing unwavering faith combined with relentless persistence. Napoleon Hill discovered that all great achievers have this quality in common. They keep going when everyone else quits. There's an uncomfortable truth you must accept. The path to your vision won't be linear. You'll encounter obstacles. You'll experience temporary failures. There will be moments when you'll want to give up. What makes the difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who abandon them is the ability to maintain faith in the midst of the storm. Hill expressed it brilliantly. Persistence is to the character of man what carbon is to steel. It's the element that strengthens you, that makes you unbreakable. Without it, even the clearest vision and the most intense focus will be useless when the first obstacles appear. Think about this. Practically all great successes were achieved right after what seemed like catastrophic failure. Walt Disney was rejected by 302 banks before securing funding for Disneyland. J.K. Rowling received 12 rejections before someone agreed to publish Harry Potter. Can you imagine if they had given up? What would have happened if they had interpreted those rejections as signs that they should abandon their dreams? The world would be a much less magical place. The problem is that most people interpret obstacles as signs that they're on the wrong path. The truth is exactly the opposite. Obstacles are an integral part of the path. They don't indicate that you should give up, but that you're being tested. As Hill said, strength and growth come only through continuous effort and struggle. An inspiring example is Thomas Edison. After more than 10,000 failed attempts to create a functional light bulb, a reporter asked him how he felt about having failed so many times. Edison replied, "I have not failed 10,000 times. I have successfully found 10,000 ways that won't work." This mindset of seeing each failure as a necessary step toward success is what allows some people to persist when others abandon ship. It's not that they don't feel frustration or doubt. Everyone does. The difference is that they keep going despite those feelings. Here's a powerful exercise to develop your persistence. Identify the biggest obstacle you currently face on the path to your goal. Then, instead of asking yourself, "Why is this happening to me?" ask yourself, "What can I learn from this?" And "How can I use this experience to strengthen myself?" This simple change in perspective transforms obstacles from barriers into stepping stones. It allows you to extract value even from your most difficult experiences. Napoleon Hill identified that persistence is a quality that can be intentionally developed. It's strengthened each time you face a difficulty and decide to keep going instead of giving up. With each test you overcome, your ability to persist in the face of future challenges multiplies. A powerful mantra to strengthen your persistence is, "Obstacles are just lessons in disguise. Each no brings me closer to the big yes I'm looking for." Repeat this phrase whenever you face a setback. Remember that persistence isn't blind stubbornness. It's not about banging your head against the same wall over and over. It's about maintaining your final vision while adjusting your approach and methods as necessary. As Hill said, "Don't give up even though the pace may seem slow. You may succeed with the next attempt." The combination of a clear vision, unwavering focus, and tenacious persistence already puts you ahead of 95% of people. But there's another element you must master if you want to accelerate the manifestation of your ideal future, and we'll talk about that in the next point. If you want to keep discovering the secrets that Napoleon Hill revealed after decades of studying the brightest minds, make sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. Each week we share practical strategies to help you manifest the life of your dreams. The fourth pillar for manifesting your vision is the power of the mastermind and strategic associations. Napoleon Hill was one of the first to articulate the concept when he said, "Two or more minds working in harmony toward a definite goal constitute an unstoppable force." This could be one of the most powerful but least applied truths of success. The idea that you can achieve anything by yourself is a dangerous myth that keeps many people stuck. The reality is that all great achievements in history have been the result of collaborative efforts, not individual ones. Think about this. Your mind has limitations. It has blind spots. It has areas of weakness. The same is true for all minds. But when you combine your mind with others that complement your abilities and compensate for your weaknesses, you create a collective intelligence that is exponentially more powerful than any individual mind. Have you ever found yourself struggling with a problem for days, only to have someone solve it in minutes with a perspective you never considered? That's the magic of the mastermind in action. Henry Ford, another of Hill's study subjects, didn't know how to build an efficient combustion engine. He didn't fully understand the metallurgy needed for its mass production, but he didn't need to know everything. What he needed was to surround himself with people who knew what he didn't know. His genius wasn't in his technical knowledge, but in his ability to organize complementary minds toward a common vision. The principle is simple but profound. You don't need to be an expert in everything to achieve extraordinary things. You just need to connect with the right people who possess the skills, knowledge, and resources that you don't have. Here's a practical exercise. Identify the 3 most important skills or areas of knowledge you need to reach your main goal. Then, for each one, identify someone who is already an expert in that area. It can be someone you know personally or someone you can approach. Set a goal to connect with these people in the coming weeks. Don't underestimate the power of this strategy. A single connection with the right person can save you years of effort and bring your vision much faster than you could do it alone. Napoleon Hill observed that the most successful people are those who have mastered the art of harmonious collaboration. They not only know how to contribute with their own strengths, but also how to inspire others to contribute with theirs. As he said, it is literally true that you can succeed better and faster by helping others succeed. The quality of your associations largely determines the quality of your life. If you surround yourself with negative, complaining, and unambitious people, they'll inevitably drag you down. But if you surround yourself with positive, ambitious, and action-oriented people, they'll lift you up. There's an old proverb that says, "Show me your 5 closest friends and I'll show you your future." This isn't a poetic metaphor. It's an accurate description of how social influence works. We subconsciously absorb the attitudes, beliefs, and expectation levels of those with whom we spend the most time. A powerful mantra to remember is, I consciously surround myself with those who are already living the life I aspire to create. Repeat this phrase as you evaluate your social and professional circles. The mastermind doesn't have to be formal. It can be as simple as meeting regularly with a group of people who share your ambitions and values. What's important is the shared commitment to support each other in reaching higher levels. Remember Hill's words, "No individual mind can reach its maximum capacity without the aid of other minds." Your ideal future probably requires skills, connections, and resources that you currently don't have. Instead of seeing this as an obstacle, recognize it as an invitation to expand your network of influence. The right connections can dramatically accelerate your path to success. But there's a final element, perhaps the most powerful of all, that you must master to manifest your ideal future with speed and precision, and we'll talk about that in the next point. The 5th and final pillar for manifesting your vision is mastery of your internal dialogue and your emotions. Napoleon Hill expressed it precisely when he said, "What the mind can conceive and believe, and the heart can feel, you are capable of achieving." Carefully observe the second part of that phrase, "and the heart can feel." It's not enough to visualize your goal and affirm it intellectually. You must feel it emotionally, as if it were already real. This is the secret that separates those who merely wish from those who actually achieve. Your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between real experiences and vividly imagined ones. When you visualize something in detail and charge it with authentic emotion, your subconscious mind begins to believe it's already real. And once your subconscious mind accepts something as real, it begins to reorganize your behavior, perceptions, and decisions to align with that new reality. Think about the times when you've been most successful in your life. Didn't you feel an unshakable certainty that you would achieve it? That emotional certainty is precisely what you need to cultivate deliberately. The problem is that most of us let our emotions be determined by external circumstances. We feel confident when things are going well and discouraged when we face obstacles. This reactive pattern keeps us trapped in a cycle where our internal state is constantly at the mercy of external conditions. Andrew Carnegie, Napoleon Hill's mentor and one of the richest men in history, mastered the art of maintaining a positive emotional state, regardless of external circumstances. Even during financial crises that ruined many of his competitors, Carnegie maintained an unwavering confidence that allowed him to make bold decisions when others were paralyzed by fear. Have you noticed that your best ideas and decisions emerge when you're in a positive mental state, and that your worst mistakes occur when you're dominated by negative emotions like fear, frustration, or doubt? This is not a coincidence. Your emotional state directly determines the quality of your thoughts, decisions, and actions. Here's a transformative exercise to master your emotions. Identify the emotional state you would need to reach your main goal. Is it confidence, determination, creativity, compassion? Once identified, spend 5 minutes each morning deliberately generating that emotional state. You can do this by remembering times when you felt that emotion intensely, adjusting your physical posture to reflect it, or simply deciding to feel it by conscious choice. This seemingly simple exercise has extraordinary power. With practice, you'll develop the ability to generate empowering emotional states at will instead of waiting for external circumstances to trigger them. Napoleon Hill discovered that great achievements are always preceded by a deep emotional conviction. It's not enough to think about your success, you must feel it in your bones. As he said, faith is the state of mind that has been described as a chemical certainty. Your internal dialogue, the words you habitually say to yourself, plays a crucial role in this process. Many people sabotage their efforts with constant negative self-talk. They tell themselves things like, "This is too hard," "I'm not good enough," or "I'll probably fail like always." These phrases aren't neutral observations, they're powerful instructions for your subconscious mind. Each time you tell yourself, "I can't," you're programming your mind to find evidence to support that belief. A powerful mantra to transform your internal dialogue is, "My words create my reality. I choose words that empower me and bring me closer to my vision." Repeat this phrase whenever you catch yourself in negative thought patterns. Begin to consciously monitor your internal dialogue. When you notice limiting thoughts, immediately replace them with empowering alternatives. Instead of, "This is impossible," say, "This is challenging, but I'm finding creative solutions." Instead of, "I'm not good enough," say, "I'm growing and improving every day." This change in your internal language isn't mere semantics. It's a fundamental reprogramming of the mental patterns that determine your actions and ultimately your results. Hill observed that the most successful people maintain unwavering optimism even in the face of contradictory evidence. It's not that they ignore problems, it's that they trust in their ability to overcome them. As he said, pessimism never won any battle. When we combine the 5 pillars we've discussed, unwavering clarity, intense focus, tenacious persistence, strategic associations, and emotional mastery, we create a force so powerful that the manifestation of our vision becomes practically inevitable. Your mind is incredibly powerful. It's designed to take you exactly where you decide to direct it. The problem is that most people never truly take control of the wheel. They let their thoughts, emotions, and actions be determined by external circumstances, by others' opinions, by irrational fears. But you won't be one of those people anymore. From today, you take conscious control of your destiny. You decide clearly what you want. You keep your attention focused on it. You persist despite obstacles. You surround yourself with powerful allies, and you deliberately cultivate the emotional states that propel you forward. This is the recipe that Napoleon Hill discovered after decades of studying the brightest and most successful minds. It's not a theory, it's a proven system that has created millionaires, innovators, and leaders in every imaginable area. If this video is helping you clarify your vision, take a moment to like it and share it with someone who might benefit. Together we can create a community of people committed to manifesting their best futures. Now is the time to move from theory to action, because all the knowledge in the world is useless without consistent application. As Hill said, knowledge is not power, it is potential power. It becomes power only when it is organized into definite plans of action. You've learned the 5 pillars for manifesting your ideal future: unwavering clarity, intense focus, tenacious persistence, strategic associations, and emotional mastery. The question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Most will listen, nod their heads, perhaps even feel momentarily inspired, and then return exactly to the same patterns that have produced their current results. But you're not like most people, are you? You're one of the few who actually implement, one of the few who transform knowledge into action, one of the few who don't just dream of a better future, but deliberately build it day by day. Napoleon Hill dedicated his life to studying the difference between the successful and the mediocre. His conclusion was clear: it's not intelligence, it's not talent, it's not luck. It's the willingness to apply fundamental principles with unwavering consistency. Today you have a choice. You can continue living by default, letting circumstances and other people determine your destiny, or you can begin to live by design, intentionally creating the future you desire. The life you're experiencing today is the direct result of your past thoughts, decisions, and actions. The life you'll experience in 5 years will be the direct result of your thoughts, decisions, and actions from today forward. If you continue thinking, deciding, and acting as you have until now, you'll get exactly the same results. But if you begin to consciously apply the principles we've discussed, your results will change dramatically. The choice is yours. It always has been. I want you to comment below with the following statement to solidify your commitment. I choose to consciously create my future using clarity, focus, persistence, connections, and emotional mastery. From today, I take full control of my destiny. This simple statement, backed by a genuine decision, can mark the beginning of a profound transformation in your life. Remember the immortal words of Napoleon Hill: "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve." Your mind is the most powerful instrument you will ever possess. The time has come to use it to deliberately create the extraordinary life you deserve. If this message resonated with you, make sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications for more content designed to help you manifest your greatest dreams. Together, we can create a community of dreamers and doers who elevate each other to extraordinary levels of achievement and fulfillment. Your future isn't determined by your past. It's determined by your vision, your focus, your persistence, your connections, and your emotional mastery from this moment forward. The only question that remains is, what do you choose to create?